Hello and welcome to Starsidecafe and another episode of Blindspotting. We haven't done this in a while.
Yes, Blindspotting. It has been a little bit of time.
So today we are talking about SteamWorld Dig 2. Did you play this or the first SteamWorld Dig by chance?
No, I have not played either, ever.
Well, I know you were fond of, what was that other digging game?
Dig Dug?
No, it was more recent than that.
Minecraft?
Spelunky, that's it.
Oh, you don't really dig in that game.
Oh, really? Well, maybe we should do a blind spotting about that game.
Okay.
Anyway, this is SteamWorld Dig 2, and you play as the sister of the main character from the first SteamWorld Dig, and that character has gone missing, and so you're basically going to try to figure out where he went and what's going on.
What are you? You seem to be blue. Are you a lizard?
No, you are like a robot. So like everybody in this world is, it's very steampunk.
Oh, I see. Steam.
Yeah. So you're a robot that you can get all these upgrades for. In fact, I think that's like the first thing that you do in this game. But this game is like perfect for the Switch. And I played it last year, so I got like sick. It was in like either late November or like early December, and I didn't feel like doing anything but like sitting on my couch. And so I was like, I'm gonna play a Switch game. But I'd already finished Mario Odyssey. So I was like, I heard some good things about that SteamWorld Dig 2, and so I downloaded it, and yeah, it was super good. I like couldn't stop playing it. So the what you're not necessarily seeing from the early footage is that the core loop of it is to dig down into like the explorable space. And as you go, you'll find gems and things like that, and different items. And the risk reward is that there are also like enemies around that can hurt you and damage you. And you can see in the top left, you have a health bar of only so many hearts. So you don't want to die, because if you die, you will of course drop stuff from your bag. And you can go back and recover them, but I think you also lose some money or something like that. Mm-hmm. And you use the gems and you use the money to upgrade your character. And you also only have so much light, so you have this like light source that you take with you. And like this first area is super well lit, so it doesn't really matter. But like once you start really exploring the space, you like having enough light to stay down longer really matters.
Yeah.
So you can get upgrades for stuff like that, and you'll also find these other upgrades. Like the first one is a run upgrade, so that you can actually like the trick to the opening area is standing on these plates, but you can't get to the door fast enough unless you can run.
So this is a little bit like a metroidvania type thing, where you're getting like new maneuverability and like weapon abilities. Is that accurate to say?
Yeah, it's very much like that, and it is very satisfying gameplay, I will say as well. I haven't played a ton of that type of game, but I did really get addicted to this one. Just because it's a pretty sizable map as well. So like there's a lot. Is it
randomly generated, or is it always the same?
It's always the same, but there are like specific places that you'll want to go try to explore, and there's all these like hidden secrets to discover as well. So you can like finish the game without having found a bunch of stuff, but obviously the fun is trying to find and collect everything. So yeah, that's a big part of it. But yeah, you can upgrade your pickaxe and you can upgrade your different abilities, and you get like this in sort of the later game, you'll get this jetpack so that you can sort of fly around a little bit, but you can't like fly forever, obviously. And then you also get this like little hook shot thing so that you can like go up to places that you couldn't reach before because you couldn't jump high enough to get there.
Do you get weapons?
You do. So you get this, like, you can use your pickaxe as a weapon, but you also get these little bombs that you can shoot, and they like stick to surfaces and blow up. So that's it's another way to like mine, but you can use it as a weapon to like injure bad guys or whatever.
So I was just about to ask, my next question was going to be, are there boss fights? But in the footage I'm seeing, it seems like you're in a boss fight right now.
Yeah, so this is like the first early boss fight, and I couldn't remember how to do it, so I was really bad at it. But
you don't have bombs yet, so how are you supposed to attack him?
So once he, like, the little blue shield goes away, you jump and hit him in the head. So he's got a blue shield at first, but after he uses up all of his energy to shoot some stuff at you, he'll eventually like kind of break down a little bit, and his shield goes away, and so then you can go attack him. Yeah.
And is that generally how you defeat bosses? You sort of just like wait for a time where you can use your pickaxe?
Yeah, most of the boss fights, if I recall correctly, are fairly similar to this, where you have some sort of mech like that does different types of attacks and will shoot stuff at you. And there's also like these wizards that like throw things at you or do like different spells or whatever that they shoot at you. And where it gets interesting is in the platforming of those segments, where their attacks will like get rid of the terrain around you. So you have to be careful and use all of the different things that you've acquired up to that point to be able to effectively attack them. So it gets very interesting, and it does a good job of like giving you meaningful rewards that then play into how you tackle the next section of the game.
Interesting.
Yeah, and eventually you get to a point where like the light doesn't matter anymore, because you can like upgrade it to the point where your like little flashlight thingy never goes out. And yeah, you can upgrade your health, and there's all kinds of upgrades. I think at some point you'll get to take a look at that. But
interesting. That's well, I guess. How do you upgrade things? Is there a town?
Yeah, so there is like a hub area that I think is where I'm going to next, and so you'll go there, and there's like a governor, and there's a bunch of other characters that you can talk to. And like when you bring them the money or gems and things that you find, you sell them, and then you're able to like go craft new items or like upgrade your current gear. And there's a lot of like little story elements that you'll pick up on as you like interact with those characters.
What would you say is early game the best stuff to upgrade first?
That's a good question. I can't remember what I initially took. I think I probably took like health, and maybe it's the light, probably, just so that you can stay down longer, or like the backpack upgrade so that you can carry more gems. So that, like, basically the stuff that allows you to stay down in the mine longer. So that, because, like, as your light is going out, and as there are enemies attacking you, and as your backpack is starting to get full, there is sort of that, risk reward of, do I keep going down and hope there's an elevator back to the top if I go down just a little bit further? Do I risk trying to explore a little bit more, or do I go back to the top and sell all my stuff and get all my rewards?
So it kind of punishes you for being too greedy sometimes.
I never found it to be terribly punishing, but yeah, it is sort of a risk-reward situation. I think the most troublesome thing was in the early going, your backpack's not very big. So you'll typically run out of like backpack space, and so you'll have to return to the surface to get rid of stuff, and then you can go back down and try to grab the gems that you were not able to take with you because of the fact that your backpack was full. Oh, and your little light friend Fen seems to want to kill you for some reason. But yeah, so
you're not gonna fall for it.
I guess my advice for the early going would be to upgrade your backpack and your light source. And then over time you can upgrade your health and your pickaxe so that your axe is way more effective.
Cool. This seems pretty interesting. So would you recommend getting this for Switch or PC?
So it was a free game on Twitch if you had Amazon Prime recently. I don't know if that's still the case, but I would definitely recommend getting it on Switch because it's like the perfect game to take advantage of the portability of the Switch and the fact that you can just power it on, go down and make a quick run, try to collect stuff, and then go back to the town, and then put it in rest mode and then pick it up again later whenever. So this is one of the early games for Switch that is, even though it's out for like pretty much every platform imaginable, it's like the perfect Switch game.
Cool. Well, I am blind no more.
Exactly. That's why we do this, so that you're not blind anymore. So that you know what it's all about when people say, you know that SteamWorld Dig 2 game? It was pretty good. You can be like, oh yeah, I know about that game.
You can watch a video of me learning about it.
Exactly.
All right, well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, we've been doing so much God of War. It's nice to get back to Blindspotting.
Yeah, I agree. Look for more.
We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.